Have you ever wondered how tones and semitones work in music? These seemingly simple elements hold the key to understanding the intricate world of melodies and harmonies. Tones and semitones, or whole steps and half steps as they are also known, are the smallest intervals in Western music. They are the building blocks of all the music we hear and play. Think of music as a language, just as we use letters to form words and sentences. In music, we use tones and semitones to create scales and chords. They are the DNA of music, determining the character and vibe of each piece we listen to or perform. By understanding these fundamental elements, we can begin to grasp the language of music, to decode its messages, and to express our own ideas through sound. So, let's dive into the fascinating world of tones and semitones. In the world of music, tones and semitones are like the DNA. They define the character of every piece of music we hear. Let's dive deeper into the concept of tones and semitones. Imagine a piano in front of you. Each key, white and black, represents a different musical note. When we move from one key to the very next one, whether it's white or black, we're moving by a semitone. It's the smallest step we can take in Western music. Now, if we skip one key and move to the next one, we've moved a whole tone. It's twice the distance of a semitone. Think of it like this. If the keys on a piano were steps on a staircase, a semitone would be a single step, while a tone would be a double step. It's as simple as that. Just like in a fascinating puzzle, these tones and semitones come together to create the beautiful melodies that we enjoy. Now, how do we apply these tones and semitones when playing the piano? Let's start by identifying what's what on the piano. Picture it in your mind. The white keys are tones and the black keys are semitones. Simple, right? But remember, it's not just about the color of the keys. It's the distance between the notes that determines whether it's a tone or a semitone. When you move from one white key to the next, with a black key in between, you're making a tone jump. That's a full step. But if you move from a white key to a black key right next to it, or from a white key to a white key with no black key between them, that's a semitone. That's a half step. Here's a handy tip to remember this. Think of a staircase. A full step is like leaping 2 stairs at a time, while a half step is like going 1 stair at a time. Now, it's important to note that this isn't a hard and fast rule. For instance, between the notes E and F and B and C, there are no black keys. So even though they're white keys, they represent a semitone jump. And there you have it. The piano isn't just black and white. It's a whole world of tones and semitones, a symphony waiting for you to explore. Remember, the piano is just a tool to express these tones and semitones. It's all about how you play it. Let's now explore how to run a major scale using our understanding of tones and semitones. A major scale, the most common scale in Western music, follows a specific pattern of tones and semitones. This pattern is fundamental to creating that familiar, bright sound we associate with major keys. Here's the pattern. Start with a note, any note. Let's say C for simplicity. From C, we move up by 1 tone to D, that's 2 semitones. From D, another tone up brings us to E. Then we ascend by just 1 semitone to F. This is the half step that gives the major scale its unique character. Following F, we climb up by a tone to G, another tone to A, yet another tone to B. And finally, we end with a semitone step to C, bringing us an octave higher from where we started. That's the pattern of the major scale. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Or, if you prefer, 2 steps, 2 steps, 1 step, 2 steps, 2 steps, 2 steps, 1 step. Now, apply this pattern On the piano, start on C, then move up following the pattern. You'll notice as you play that the pattern of tones and semitones creates that familiar major scale sound. And that's how you run a major scale using tones and semitones. Practice this, and you'll be playing beautiful melodies in no time. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We dove into the world of music, unraveling the mysteries of tones and semitones. We discovered that these are the building blocks for all musical notes and scales. Tones, also known as whole steps, are two semitones combined, while semitones, or half steps, are the smallest interval in Western music. We then moved to the piano, where we explored how to apply these concepts. We found that the black and white keys are perfect visual aids to understand and apply tones and semitones. We even ran a major scale, showcasing how these elements come together to create harmony. But remember, like any other skill, mastering this requires practice. So, don't shy away from those keys. Experiment, play, and let your fingers dance to the rhythm of tones and semitones. Remember, music is a language, and tones and semitones are its alphabet. Understanding them is the first step to becoming fluent. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.